Welcome, everyone. My name is Jennifer Dill. I'm Director of OTREC, the Oregon Transportation Research and Education Consortium, one of the sponsors of today's event, and I want to welcome all of you. This is great. This is the second year we've had this event, and our attendance is about, I think, 50% higher than last year. And it's just wonderful to see all of you. I'm curious, how many of you were here last year for the first Oregon Transportation Summit? Excellent. Welcome back. Hopefully you'll be here for the third and fourth, etc. So I want to, these types of events don't happen on their own, and I want to acknowledge a few people, and I'm not going to name everyone off, but I do want to acknowledge a few groups of people, and they're all listed in your luncheon program on the first page. And I'd like them to stand up so you can see who is here and who's in the room. We have our OTREC Board of Advisors. Their names are here, and I know several of you are in the room. If you could stand up. Also, our Executive Committee, which has representatives from our 4 campus partners, along with ODOT and FHWA, can stand up. Also, we've had a great round of sessions so far. We have a lot of speakers who are volunteering their time. If you want to stand up, in addition to the moderators who have been helping out. And a lot of preparation went into these sessions, and I really want to acknowledge the time that all of these people have put in. So thank you. And then the next part of the, one of the big objectives of OTREC and also of this event is to try to bridge the gap, the unfortunate gap, that is often between research and practice. And that's one of our major goals. And so we have several of our faculty here who are doing that research and sharing it with you and also trying to hear from you. So I'd like all of the OTREC faculty to stand up. And so people can see who you are. I know you're out there, come on. And the other thing I will note is so that we can network with you more. OTREC has been producing these trading cards for our faculty researchers. And so as you're talking with them, see if you can start collecting the whole set. We're on our second set of trading cards, so there's your challenge for the rest of the day. See how many you can collect. One from each campus, for example. And those 4 campuses, in case you've missed the spiel before, we're a consortium between Portland State University, Oregon State University, University of Oregon, and Oregon Institute of Technology. So, as most of you know, OTREC is a university transportation center. We do research, education, and technology transfer. And I'd like to just give you a little bit of a sense of some of the broad questions our researchers are focused on. We're trying to answer questions like, how do we bring more travel choices to suburban developments? How can we build our infrastructure with more sustainable materials? How do children's routes to school affect where parents choose to live and how to get kids to school safely? Who would be most affected by switching from a gas tax to something like a mileage fee, which we talked about this morning? Those are just a few of the questions that our faculty are working on with our partners. Our partner agencies and other organizations that help sponsor our research. The summit would not happen without the participation of our partnership organizations. In addition to OTREC, this event is sponsored by the Portland chapter of the Women's Transportation Seminar, the Oregon chapter of the American Planning Association, the Oregon section of the Institute of Transportation Engineers. I really want to thank the Planning Committee for all of the work that they put in, and those people include Katie Prue, Jason Franklin, Chris Tiesler, and John Mackler. So thank you very much for your work on this event. And in that spirit, I want to invite up Margaret Middleton, the president of the Portland chapter of Women's Transportation Seminar. And she's going to talk a little bit about one of our big missions is to support students, and particularly to encourage more students to enter the field of transportation. And the scholarships that have been given out by these 3 organizations, and in particular WTS, have really helped support many of our students. A few of them I know are in the room who have been supported by the scholarship. So welcome, Margaret.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here today to be a part of the second annual Oregon Transportation Summit. As you're all very well aware, and as Jennifer noted, education is the stepping stone to our future. And I'd invite you all to take a quick moment to think about why you're sitting where you are today. I'm sure that your education played a major role, and possibly sometimes quirky twists of fate did as well. I know they did for me. Most of us received some help with our education, whether it was from your parents or, say, lower interest in loans you accessed, or if you were lucky, you may have received a scholarship. For those of you who did it all yourself, what a great accomplishment. You must be very proud. But I'm sure you'd agree that if it would have been a lot less stressful if you'd received some assistance. In this challenging economic climate, assistance such as scholarships has taken on an ever more important role in educating our future transportation professionals. Educational costs continue to rise, making it hard to fund a college education without accumulating a significant amount of debt. Scholarships can make the difference in whether a student not only attends college, but whether the student succeeds in college. Nurturing a student's talents and career ambitions can be rewarding, and one way to help nurture students is by contributing to scholarship funds. WTS and ITE both award scholarships to undergraduate and graduate students each year to foster the development of their education and their future career. Scholarships not only benefit the students financially, but recognize their educational accomplishments and their dedication to the transportation industry. In spite of these challenging economic times, and maybe because of them, continued giving towards scholarship funds is so important. ITE and WTS pledge to continue to maximize the scholarship benefits they can provide to future generations of transportation professionals, and we hope to continue to be able to exceed our own expectations. Your donations will have a direct impact on our scholarship recipients, and we hope you will enable us to continue to give scholarships in the future. We thank you in advance for any contribution you may be able to give. So that brings me to the point that in your folders, there's a scholarship handout with more detailed information about the ITE and WTS scholarships. Some volunteers will now be moving around the room accepting your donations. And after lunch, the donation boxes will be moved to the registration tables for your convenience. And of course, if you can't give today, mailing information is also provided if you'd like to donate at a later time. Please help us help those who will be sitting in your chairs a few years from now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Margaret. We have a few awards to give out, and starting with our Partner of the Year Award. And this year, our Partner of the Year Award goes to an organization that has provided really outstanding support for various OTREC projects. This year's winner is the City of Portland's Bureau of Transportation. The city has sponsored 8 OTREC projects in the consortium's first 5 years of operation, including 5 in this upcoming year alone. The city has earned a reputation for being proactive in transportation research, which has enabled things like before and after studies of deployments of innovative infrastructure, such as the bike boxes and the Southwest Broadway cycle track. The city's commitment to active transportation and livable communities also makes it a valued partner for OTREC in the national arena of transportation research. So please join me in recognizing the City of Portland's Bureau of Transportation, and to accept the award, we have Lavinia Gordon. Okay. Next up, we have our Researcher of the Year. And as you noticed in your program, this is actually a surprise, which makes this a lot of fun to give out. The person receiving this award, unless someone has blown it, doesn't know that he is getting it. So I've narrowed down the field a little bit. So this year, the work of this year's Researcher of the Year on sustainable suburban transportation design has attracted local, regional, and national partners ranging from the National Multi-Housing Council, the Oregon Department of Transportation, City of Eugene, and the Harris Eastside Combined Elementary School. I think he knows who he is now. His work exemplifies innovative transportation research that crosses disciplines and the ideas needed to transform transportation and land use planning. He is the co-director of the Sustainable Cities Initiative at the University of Oregon and faculty mentor for the Design Bridge student organization that links the University of Oregon's architecture program with the surrounding community. He's the principal investigator on 7 OTREC projects. Please join me in recognizing Researcher of the Year, Professor Nico Larco.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay.